Ahead on your only local news at 9, we're following two developing stories. The first one in Bonita Springs. Right now, one person is dead. We're live on the scene as deputies dig for answers.
In the other story by Orlando, explosions rock a community, leaving several people injured. We hear from witnesses who saw everything happen.
Plus, one company is working to keep your kids safe at school. We're taking a look at what they're calling the new line of defense if a school shooting were to occur.
And another day with morning sunshine and afternoon rain. A summer pattern is here, and better rain chances are in the 7-day forecast. I'll give you all the details right here on the News at 9.
Starting with some developing news this Tuesday morning out of Bonita Springs. One person is dead and a deputy is on administrative leave.
It is all after an officer-involved shooting that we have been following all night long. ABC's 7's Lauren DeSpirito is live on the scene.
And Lauren, right now we're learning some new details about the woman who we believe is dead.
Yes, Chance, I just spoke with a man who identified himself as a friend of a woman killed here last night in this deputy-involved shooting. Now, the sheriff's office will not confirm that a woman died. They said while this is under investigation, they're not revealing any details or answering those questions. But at this point, we've talked to several witnesses who have told me that a woman died in this incident. Now, take a look at some video from overnight. We do know from the sheriff's office that deputies responded here around 7 o'clock to what they call a domestic incident. We know that they fired at least one shot. They will confirm that. Witnesses told us they heard up to 3 shots. Now, people that say they know the woman that was killed tell us she was a war veteran, and they tell us that she was a friend to many people at the local American Legion. Take a listen to what one of those people that identified himself as a friend had to say.
Well, I'm really upset about it, I was hoping there was some other way to get out of it, I mean, anybody gets shot, She's like a family member, to us at the club,
Now, those witnesses and friends have shared a name with us, but we are withholding that right now until it can be verified from the sheriff's office, and also until we know that her family has been notified. We know that the deputy involved is on administrative leave. That is standard when there is a shooting, and that is the latest information that we have live here in Bonita Springs. Lauren DeSpirito, ABC 7.
All of a sudden, we heard just big booms, real loud noises. We looked outside in this big fire, and she was from Leesburg, so we came out of the house, started running. I got no shoes, no phone, took off running.
New overnight, we are following a plant explosion that ripped through a town right outside of Orlando.
We want to show you this scene right in Tavares. That's where it all happened. The neighborhood was evacuated and 8 people went to the hospital.
ABC's Devin Dwyer has been following this story since it occurred and has the very latest.
The eruption of flames could be seen from miles away, the glow of burning propane piercing the night sky. Witnesses who heard the explosion shortly before 11 p.m. thought a plane had gone down.
I went out in the backyard and the sky was just lit up red, just vibrant red with a huge plume of smoke. It was just constant explosions.
From the sky above, a glimpse at the destruction, the roof of the plant blown entirely away. Authorities said the Blue Rhino propane distributor had some 53,000 portable tanks on site. They were set off in a violent chain reaction.
They store the propane cylinders in different parts on the property in different areas of the plant. And as the fire continued to spread, there were more and more explosions.
Officials say all of the 24 night shift workers inside the plant have been accounted for. Several people injured were airlifted to nearby hospitals where they remain in critical condition. Meanwhile, more than 200 emergency responders have descended on the scene.
Right now, their main concern is containing this fire, containing the scene, making sure that no one's in danger of the scene and the surrounding neighborhoods are safe and all that.
The explosion forced the temporary evacuation of residents within a 1-mile radius of the plant. This morning, those residents and the families of the victims await answers on what sparked the blaze. Devin Dwyer, ABC News.
At least 4 workers out of the 8 are in critical condition, some with serious burns. Right now, investigators are waiting for the smoke to clear so they can start looking into exactly what caused those blasts.
Today is the day, 14 years in the making for the family of Pilar Rodriguez. She disappeared back in 1999. You might know the case. Her body has never been found, but now the man charged with her murder faced a judge today, just a few minutes ago. Keith Wilson was found last week in Kentucky. He was extradited back here to Lee County. In court this morning, just a few minutes ago, our crews were in there, and Wilson asked for bond, but he was denied. Right now, he's exercising his right to remain silent, and his next court appearance is set for September 16th. Also facing charges, Melissa Harding-Jones, who you see here, her mugshot. She was Pilar's babysitter at the time and Wilson's girlfriend. Harding-Jones pleaded guilty to being accessory to this crime. Amy?
Thanks so much, Chance. Now to the latest on the Anthony Weiner sexting scandal. The politician backing down ever so slightly in some new comments overnight. But he shows no sign of slowing down his campaign for New York mayor, even with a big drop in the polls. ABC's Lindsay Davis has the very latest.
There are a lot of people who are saying a lot of things about this campaign.
Overnight, reporters asked Anthony Weiner how he felt about his mentors, the Clintons, pushing for him to drop out of the race. He changed his tune a bit from earlier in the day, saying,
I'm interested in what pundits say, I'm interested in what other politicians say, but not that much.
Bill and Hillary Clinton haven't come out and told him to quit, but several former Clinton aides and advisors tell ABC News the Clintons increasingly see Weiner's mayoral campaign as an embarrassment and potential liability should Hillary, who had lunch with the president on Monday, run for his office in 2016. One Clinton associate said the Clintons are bristling at the comparisons between Hillary and Huma and between Bill and Weiner. The Clintons aren't the only ones whose patience has run out. A new Quinnipiac poll shows Weiner plummeting from first place with 26% of the vote a week ago to fourth place with 16% after his admission that his lewd online behavior continued even after he resigned from Congress. Meanwhile, his wife, Huma Abedin, was spotted in Washington, D.C., dining with Hillary Clinton's longtime spokesman and her former colleague. Between the polls, pundits, and politicians, the pressure for Anthony Weiner to exit the race for New York City mayor is mounting, but Weiner isn't backing down.
He is wasting time and space.
Earlier Monday, while campaigning, he'd taken an even stronger stance.
I don't take my cues on policy from the Sunday talk shows listening to pundits. I never have. I don't take my cues from the headline writers in the newspapers. I never have.
He is still asking for money, still emailing supporters, as he did on Monday when he wrote, I waged this campaign on a bet that the citizens of my city would be more interested in a vision for improving their lives rather than in old stories about mine.
And that is Lindsay Davis reporting this morning. Weiner is still without a campaign manager. A nationwide sex trafficking sting nets 3 people from Southwest Florida. Right now, we are working to get their names for you. 150 people in all were arrested. No children were rescued from our area. Law enforcement in 76 cities coordinated this massive effort to stop child prostitution. This is FBI video of the sting. Some victims were found on the street, but many others are pimped out at large sporting events or on websites.
A criminal investigation is now underway after hateful images were spray painted in a North Fort Myers neighborhood. Someone used spray paint along Denny Drive to draw a swastika and the letters SS in the middle of the road. People are not happy there. It happened about a week ago, and it's still there. That's the problem. Lead-out workers say someone poured gasoline over their markings, and it makes it harder to clean up. Vandals also tagged a mailbox just a few doors down. Looking ahead today, Lee County commissioners are back to work, and their big focus is, of course, closing that $30 million plus budget deficit. A meeting is set for today about a new proposal by the new county manager to raise taxes and cut services. When public hearings are scheduled, we will let you know, and you can go. Also happening today, this is in Lee and Collier counties. Both school boards will meet today, and they're going to be voting on their tentative budgets, the millage rate, and will take public comments. In Lee County, the meeting is from 2 to 5, and in Collier County, it's at 4 p.m.
Happening today, ABC 7 has learned that Allegiant Air will be adding more flights to the Charlotte County Airport in Punta Gorda. They'll be offering nonstop service from several Midwest cities, including Des Moines, Iowa, and Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Some of the fares will start as low as $90 one way. The flights will operate twice weekly, beginning in late fall or early winter.
Parents, you're probably getting a little restless. Maybe your kiddos are getting a little restless. And it is back to school time, believe it or not. Now just about 1 week away for some people.
August 8th in Lee County.
Yeah, one company is now helping keep your children safe when they do go back to school.
If we can't have every door badged, if we can't have bulletproof glass in the front office, then maybe we could have something a little bit inconspicuous like this.
Looks like a chair, but it could end up saving your child's life. Up next, we're breaking down the life-saving technology.
All right, lots of sunshine out there, but we're already tracking very small showers through Moorhaven and near Palmdale. What about your rain chances for the rest of the day? We'll time it out hour by hour. Keep it right here for your Storm Warn 7 forecast.
It's Fed Day. Top Fed officials kicking off 2 days of meetings on the economy. And which luxury car do thieves like the most? It's all coming up in the Bloomberg Business Report.